Okay, another video I'm gonna react to is a newbie reviews Elder Scrolls Online. Looks like the likes and dislikes ratio is a little different compared to some of the other videos we've watched so far. And again, you can request for me to watch videos or react to videos on the subreddit at NefasQQ and so forth. Alright, so the thumbnail though, this game is trash. Yo, okay. Yeah, man, ESO can't catch a break, bro. Okay, so let's watch it. Fuck it. It's a short video.
Of people thinking I'm some kind of joke.
My whole life, all I wanted
is to make up new words to a song that already exists.
So this is a beginner reviewing ESO. This is actually, I think this is a nice breath of fresh air. I think most people who review games on YouTube are people who have been playing that game for a long time, or people who were sponsored to make a review, or people who kind of played just a little bit, enough to know the basic concepts. I want to see what a fucking newbie wants to fucking talk about here, actually.
Oh, well, you should do that then.
What is this? What?
Who my little hungry one? Hungry one.
Is this the intro? Okay, this is the intro. I'm gonna skip that intro. That's...
Welcome to Elder Scrolls Online, a not-so-kind replica of the Oblivion and Skyrim series.
This one, no bueno. This one, I'm confident.
Now, before I receive the much-anticipated hate for this video, I want to remind you guys that this is a newbie's review of the game.
Newbie's
Heck,
review.
I haven't even completed my first dungeon yet.
What?
Hey, I guess that's why
That's
you're
pretty
here,
new.
Because at some point, you might have felt as I did when you started ESO. A little lonely, a little battle hungry for the classic MMO experience, but with a medieval fantasy feel to it. Now, to be honest, when I first started, I was a bit confused since I haven't played an MMORPG for a good while. I even skipped a tutorial like a hardcore gamer would and tried to learn how to play.
Why would you skip the tutorial?
So, I started my journey in a mystical place called Vardenfell. In fair warning to you viewers, but I'm about to butcher every single name.
You bought the Morrowind
in this game.
edition,
I'm
right?
sorry. It was a slow start, I'm not gonna lie to you. My girlfriend and I had a hard time picking up what
play with your girlfriend
and how all the mechanics worked. But in time, we prevailed. We learned the basics of combat first, as anyone would. You have your spells and your physical attacks you can dish out to your not-so-friendly
Well, at least they
opponents
know how to block the
while dancing on
heavies.
their corpses.
That's more than most fucking players, not gonna lie. Mount the head on, yeah. This is fun, brother. This is dungeon.
The difficulty of combat was easy. I don't think I remember the last time I had this much fun dominating the enemy. Now,
most new players say it's hard or floaty. Okay.
I was a Nordic Templar. My job, as I knew it, was to rush into battle headstrong like a dummy and hit everything around me. And oh, did I deliver on that dummy part. Because not knowing anything about the game really hindered me at first. I'd be so far down a side quester's throat that I couldn't even progress anymore through them because it got so hard. That aside, I went back to the roots and continued to serve my Lord Vivek to help heal him from a not-so-friendly foe. Now don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it because being the cinematic plot genius that I am, I saw it coming. However, let's get to my complaints. And oh, you're going to have a good time with this one. Oh no, he's about to trash on the gathering materials mechanic and how the inventory is too small for a free player. Hell yeah, I'm gonna trash on that. It's terrible for a new player.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why.
Fair.
At some point,
fucking, yeah, that's fair.
going to make a game. And I've been learning little by little into game development. Let me tell you, every game developer will make sure that their game isn't too frustrating because they don't want to lose their customer, which is the player playing that game. Yeah, sure, some games are meant to be frustrating, like Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games.
Okay.
But I don't believe for 1 second that ESO was meant to be annoying. For example, earlier I talked about how I'm going to completely dog on the gathering mechanic, and that I will do, sir. Imagine you have one iron ore to mine in order to complete a quest or to craft that sword you've been wanting because it simply looks cool. Too bad. An angry e-girl that has extreme daddy issues just passed you and stole all the iron in that area because she knows exactly where all of it spawns.
What? How is this a... Okay, first of all... What? What the fuck? What is I talking about, bro? It's just another player just going around mining shit. It's a CP-127. Are they just stalking this one player, bro? That's his girlfriend.
Wait.
Dude, it's the same fucking player.
Why aren't materials that you have to gather for crafting not shareable across different players in an area? I was actually so confused that I looked it up.
Huh?
And some of the suggestions to fix this was to actually log on at times where your server
What, dude? No fucking way, bro. What?
America or Europe are empty. I actually don't see the point in it, no matter how realistic they want to make their game, because this game is anything but realistic. Now, some loot is shareable in a given.
First, it was the same player character 3 times in a row in 3 different zones. Pretty sure 2 different zones at least. Second, there are so many goddamn node locations. If this is a legitimate complaint, I have so many questions. What the fuck?
An area, but it's randomized to everyone's account. That was a major setback for me because I was trying so hard to like the way I was playing the game, which was pretty passive at first, not gonna lie to you. Eventually, I got the hang of combat and looting through the main quest of Vardenfell, and I was amazed at how much loot it was giving me, honestly. The story of Vardenfell is pretty good, at least, from a new player's perspective, so
loot from questing?
I urge you newbies to get out there and have some fun with it.
Yeah, okay.
Become a servant of Lord Vivek, an ancient god that has been around for who knows how long. He's a part of a tribunal which contains 3 gods, but I'm just going to focus on Lord Vivek since we're very close friends now. We're buddies.
What?
He's kind of snarky at first, but when he realizes his godly energy is being sapped from him, he becomes a bit of a drama queen and begs the player to help him stop the madness. And so, you set out on your journey to find the culprit. And it wasn't sneaky at all.
What the fuck?
But you'll still have fun with the story, so that's one of the good parts of ESO.
Can we talk for a moment about the character Shane from the Walking Dead show? I've seen so many memes with him in it.
The story and the dialogue of the game is very vast to a new player such as myself.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll give them that. But some mechanics are very questionable, such as the inventory scheme they play.
Okay, yeah. See, he should have stuck with that, because that's a valid complaint a lot of new players have.
I know. It's an MMO. You healthy, well-organized, meaty person. I shouldn't have expected much. This is where I have a field day with the marketing and business side of the game, though. Look, the game is decent, but why do you have to charge people to enjoy it further than 2 feet into one story arc? What I'm talking about is the inventory space situation. And trust me, I know what they're doing. It's just business, it's nothing personal. I say, hooey. Being a massive multiplayer online game, I completely understand the following phrases that I'm about to utter out of my mouth. Those of you that aren't familiar with MMOs, they charge you a subscription fee for an extensive amount of the game. It's just like Netflix, where they charge you monthly to be able to watch anything you want on their platform. Here, they do it in a video game. For example, they charge you to have a crafting bag which holds all of your smaller materials used for crafting, which frees up an enormous amount of space in your inventory. This does make the game a little bit easier since you don't have to go back and forth city to quest area as much as if you were a free player. Absolutely absurd to me, but genius if you think about it. It really is.
Yeah, he's right. It's financially a fucking genius move.
I have an idea. Let's make free players spend.
Sub for convenience is so much smarter than sub to play in some aspects, financially speaking. Well, you have to admit that, right?
Longer getting through quests because of the simple fact that they're too afraid to miss out on possibly good loot.
And it's debatable if it's like, if that's a healthy thing. I think that's a very debatable point, if that's a healthy thing.
Their inventory is full. And I know before you say just delete one thing, what's it gonna hurt? My feelings, that's what. I'm an MMO hoarder, what can I say? Besides, the previous mentioned bogus scheme the business execs implemented in the game, I still enjoy playing the game, even though I gave into it and pay for a subscription. But hey, I'm willing to admit or all of that though, because the community in this game is amazing so far. I had a question and it got answered within the first 5 minutes in the chat within the game. It just goes to show what can make and break a game, and what can make this one is the community. That might be a far stretch to say for some of you pro players out there, but I think you guys are cool. They even provided me with some sugary skulls for emergency healing if I need
Yeah,
it.
I mean, this is, you know, like a lot. I think most ESO players treat newer players with kindness more often than not.
Were so nice too. So that's what kept me playing. The beautiful people of Elder Scrolls
This is a very
Online.
common
For
theme.
a new player, I strongly recommend you get at least one friend or random person to play with you, because that
Nah, join a guild. Don't just look for. I mean, do both. Look for a friend and join a guild.
That's where it's fun. It is an MMORPG after all. I totally didn't just shame the entire solo community, but hey, come on, what more do you want from me, huh? Look, overall, it's a great game with simple controls, and I can't wait to get my hands on the first dungeon with some peeps I met online. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have a guild in the game called Mighty Misfits, so if teamwork fits your fancy, you're sure to find someone on there to help you. Now to the fellow process meats out there, I wish you happy travels in the wondrous fantasy-scape of ESO. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to support your favorite meat by subscribing to me for future videos.
Okay, so summary of this video is he has an issue with potential monetization aspects of the game. Yeah, fair. What was it? What was something like the gathering is an issue? I don't know about that one. Like the gathering itself, I don't think is an issue in ESO, even as a new player. I think what is the bigger problem for that is when you gather, you are running out of room in your inventory. Maybe that's something you could have tied together. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very new player perspective, for sure. I mean, I appreciate it because most of the time when I look at ESO reviews, it's sponsored or has not very new perspectives. So I appreciate the new perspective, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and yeah, again, nothing much to really say about this one. Yeah. Free-to-play mod is why I first started playing. I had similar feelings when I started subbing, found it very deceptive. Yeah, again, I think the points about monetization, and this is an ongoing discussion, by the way, within the greater ESO community. You know, I think I saw a Twitter poll earlier in the ESO Twitter space, right, where it was asking people about the new quasi-grift mount from the Crown Store. Thanks for subbing, Crystal. Appreciate it. And that mount is 4,000 crowns. I think 99% of the votes said no, it's not worth paying 4,000 crowns for that mount. And the ESO Plus thing, I get it. I think a lot of MMO players coming to ESO have an issue with the near mandatory sub to play for convenience, stacked with box or expansion costs every year, stacked with pretty heavy cash shop monetization with not as many good perspective-wise rewards in the base game. So I can see that. But yeah, what do you guys think of this new player's perspective? It'll be interesting to see how the it was a month ago, how this perspective kind of changes if they keep playing ESO. It looks like they also made a guild as well in game, so we'll see what happens.